Hey everybody, welcome back to Strength, Strategy, and Mindset. This is Dr. Dwain Woode and this is day number 8. That's right. Over the past week, we have laid the foundation. We've laid the basis for our learning. Laid the basis for what we're going to be doing over the course of the series. Now we're going to start building strength from the inside out. We're going to start putting those things to practice. We're going to start doing those things over and over. We talked about repetition. We talked about improvement. We talked about tension, control tension. So all of those are concepts that we're now going to be moving into and expanding and using to build ourself into a successful version of what we're doing here. We are growing, we are moving in a direction as we work on our bodies, we work on our minds, and as we learn some strategies that will take us there. Let's go ahead and let's get started. All right, so as you know, we do our warm-up. We've got about 4 exercises, and we will add more as we do more and we go further in the series. But right now, what we want to do is we're going to go into our exercises. I want you to remember not to minimize these. Don't think these aren't getting us any benefits. Don't think that these are so simple, because they get our bodies ready. The very first thing that I want you to do as we get into this, though, is I want you to remember that core, right? That's that place that we're going to activate every time we're doing these exercises. And I want you to think, once again, it's kind of like a little string in the back of your belly button, kind of like when someone says, hey, let's take a picture, and you suck that gut in. That's it right there. That's core, because the muscles in this area become actuated, and they help us. They also help us with our base, with our strength, with our foundation. So the first thing we're going to do is our arm twirls. So we're going to do 10 forwards, 10 backwards. So let's go ahead and get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and backwards. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. That helps us to get the blood flowing, gets our heart rate up just a little bit. This next one is actually going to really bump our heart rate up, and this is our high knee march. Right? So we're marching and we are lifting our knees, and we're trying to get those as high as possible. Now, when I do mine, I will lift my knees and try to hit my elbow. Remember, this is one of those modifiable exercises. What does that mean? That means that you can walk over and you can hold onto a wall as you're doing this, but you're still continuing to lift as high as possible. If you need to, you can hold onto a chair. Right? We're going to do this for about a minute or so. The other thing you can do, and we're going to talk a little bit about refining and enhancing and so forth here, but you can add weights. As a matter of fact, I was out earlier today and I saw someone who was jogging, and they had some body weights on, right? So they have these vests that you can put weights on. You can do that here as well. So if you don't have, if you're trying to get some additional tension, you can do that as well. So once again, we're lifting as high as possible. We're keeping that core activated, right? Up, 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 up. So we got another 15 seconds, right? Up, right? I'm gonna go back to my original form, right? As high as possible. We got about 10. I think we had 5, but and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. All right. Now that one really got our hearts going. The next one we're going to do is our cross body leg swing. And so basically what we're doing is we're taking each leg. We're going to do it 10 times on each side. And we're going to swing the leg over to one side and bring it back. Each of the times that we're doing this, we're not touching the ground with our leg. All right, so basically, so let's go ahead and let's get started. So we're going to go over and hold and back. That's 1. Right? I touched it, but you're not supposed to. And over and back. That's 2. Over, back. That's 3. Over, back. That's 4. This is also one of those modifiable ones. That's 5. You can hold on to a wall. 6. 7, 8, 9, and then 110. Now all of these, we are using the muscles to get those routines in, okay? So we're not swinging our entire body because we want to do, what do we want to do? Is we want to strengthen the muscles. These are the, in this case, we're doing the quads. Okay, so let's do the other side. And we're gonna, this one I'm gonna hold on to the chair, so modifiable once again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, okay? So that does that. Now for all of these, and 2 days ago, I think in our episode, we talked about doing that 2-minute circuit. You can add any of these exercises into the circuit, and we'll talk a little bit about enhancing them and adding tension here in a little while, okay? The next thing we're gonna do is our forward reach exercise, forward reach. We did the arm twist, we did the high knee, we did the cross body, and now we're gonna do the forward reach. And so basically this is an isometric exercise, which means that we're not necessarily contracting muscles. And what we're gonna do, legs or feet, shoulder width apart. We're gonna take our arms out to the side, and we're gonna reach as far forward as we can. Let me turn to the side so you can see that as well. As far forward as we can, right? And we're holding it there. 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. We bring it back and come again. 1, 2, 3. We bring that back. And 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do 2 more of these and bring that back. And 1, 2, 3. Bring that back. And 1, 2, 3. And that allows us to hold that there. Now for that is also modifiable because we can do more reps. We can hold it for longer. So once again, all of these are modifiable. So as we're going through them, as you're putting your routine together, as you're putting your circuit together, you want to know that, okay, I can add these in. This morning, as a matter of fact, I was waiting to take a shower, and I was in the bathroom and waiting for the water to kind of warm up a little bit. And so what I did was I went ahead and I did some squats. I did some high knee marching. I did my air twirls right there, right? So I did that for about 1.5 minutes, probably 2 minutes as I was waiting. So you can do all of those. And once again, what I want you to be getting as we're going through this is often I hear people say that they don't have time to exercise. They don't have time to move. They don't have time to go to the gym. And I want to impress on you is that you don't have to go to the gym. Now, going to the gym is fine. It's great. There's benefit of doing that. There are people there, so you have some community. But if you don't have the time, and even if you are going to the gym, and a particular day something happens, you can still incorporate some of this into your routine. Okay. All right. So let's move into our strength. So we're going to start today's strength movement. So this is where we train our body, not just for muscles, but for stability, for coordination, and for power, so that it can take us every day into the places we want to go. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do our squat. Now the squat that we're going to do, we're going to introduce what's called the goblet squat. And so we've been doing a squat, and as you know, our squat that we've been doing, and I've actually been doing kind of a goblet squat. Right, and so the squat that we've been doing, so bottom, back, right, we activate our core, and we're going down. We're trying to keep our back as straight as possible, okay? And then back up. And so with the goblet squat, and I'm gonna grab my glove here for a minute. And you can do this either with the dumbbells, or you can actually do this also with some kettlebells. And we've not introduced kettlebells before, so I'm gonna grab one. But you can easily do this with a dumbbell as well. So let's go ahead. I'm going to grab one of these. And so basically what I'm going to do is and so what we're doing is we're adding tension. We're modifying this, right? And we're making it more useful, more beneficial to us, right? So let's go ahead. And so basically what you're doing is you're using this and you're, same thing, you're doing the squat and you're going down and you're going all the way down, okay? Adjusting this if I need to. And then I'm coming back up. I'm going to step back so you can see me as I get to the bottom. All right, so once again, same squat, and then I'm going down, try to keep my head up, right, all the way down, and then I'm coming back up. And I'm going down, and I'm coming back up. And I'm going down, and that's 3, and I'm coming back up. That's 4. And going down, we're going to do 8 of these, and then 5, down, and 6, and down, and 7, and down, and 8. Okay? So that's with the kettlebell. You can also do this. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to do a second set, and you can also do these with weights. Okay, so, and these are some light weights. You can do, once again, with these, you can do heavier and heavier and heavier, adding more and more tension as we go. So this one, I'm going to use this, and basically I'm going to hold on to the dumbbell just like I was doing the kettlebell. And let me put it so it's okay when I go down. Don't hit myself in the chest with it. And I'm holding this, and I'm actually going down and then up. I'm going to do 8 again. Down and up and down and up and down. And that's 4. And down. And that's 5. And down. And that's 6. And down. And 7. And down. And that's 8. Okay? So you can, if you don't have kettlebells, you can use dumbbells. And I'm going to do a couple more because I want you to also see, like I was doing before, if you don't have dumbbells, if you don't have kettlebells, what I was doing, if you go back to our previous days, I was basically kind of holding my hands in front of me, and that was serving to provide some tension. Now, what these do is they give some tension. Remember, tension, controlled tension is where we have growth. And so when you do this, if you really kind of flex, tense up, right, you can simulate some of the same muscle movements that you're getting with the kettlebell and with the dumbbell, right? So tense up, right, and you're going down, and then back up, and down, and then back up. Okay? So you don't need necessarily to have the kettlebells. You don't need to have the dumbbells. You can do any of those without it, right? If you remember yesterday, one of the things that we did was we did the dumbbells or the squats with the dumbbells on my shoulder. So all of these are usable, and all of these are modifiable. So that is one of our new exercises for this week. That's going to be the goblet squat. So you want to begin incorporating that into your circuit, right? If you want, you can replace the current air squats that you're doing with the goblet squat. That would be a good way to do that. And the idea here is that we are intensifying, okay? So that was our strength. That was our strength segment. We're adding the goblet squat. The strategy here is that when we show up, right, it's great to show up, but we also want to show up with a plan. We want to show up with a way of expanding, a way of growing, a way of improving. And so the power squat, right? The idea that I want you to get is small upgrades matter. And there's power in small upgrades. So that squat, the squat that we just did, not a big change in what we just did, but we added some more tension. And it is controlled tension. I want you to get that drilled into you. Controlled tension is where we get the power, right? So massive results don't have to come from massive changes. We learned in one of our episodes about repetition. So often we're trying to find new things, trying to find new ways of doing things. But the old ways that work, hey, let's use that. And in this case, the squat is a powerful one that we're using to build our core, to strengthen our core, to strengthen our base, to help us with the foundation, right? That's the idea again, that foundation. And the foundation is so important. So every upgrade that you do to any of the exercises that we've done will give you benefit. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to go back to some things that we've done already. So I'm going to grab some weights. Okay. And we're going to do some curls. And we're going to do two sets of 10. So feet shoulder width apart. We're going to activate the core. 2 sets of 8. I said 10, but 8. Today we're doing 8. And basically what we're doing is we're coming up. That gives me 1, 2, 3, and remember proper form. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? And I'm actually going to put these down, and I'm going to intensify a little bit for my next set of reps. And I'm going to grab a little heavier weight. And so notice, in that case right there, what did I just do? I made a small upgrade, right? So I went from lower sets of weight. I didn't change the exercise, but I'm adding some more tension. And what I could have done even, so once I do this, right, so I could do 8 reps, just like we've been doing. I could do 10 reps, I can do 15 reps. And then if I want to intensify that more, then I can go up to heavier weights. And so the goal, right, ultimately is going to go, heavier until we are there with, whatever number of reps. And as I get to the heavier weights, I may cut back on the number of reps, okay? Because at that point, yeah, but you get the idea. All right, so let's go ahead and let's do that with these. Remember, we're not using our body for this, we're using our muscles, okay? So we got the dumbbells, and I think this is even right there. I've got my core activated. I'm going up, and that's 1, up, and that's 2, up, and that's 3, up, and that's 4, up, that's 5, up, and that's 6, up, and that's 7, and 1 more up, and that's 8. Okay, I really started to feel those last couple as I did that. All right, so for all of those, and let me move this hat for a sec. And so for all of these, one of the things, as we're talking about enhancing upgrading, I'm going to grab some of these and I'm going to do some dumbbell presses, right? So dumbbell presses, basically I'm lifting this way. And so all of these, as I'm doing, the curls, we did the dumbbell press. I want these to not be for you, oh my goodness, there's a brand new exercise, okay? Now there's a form that you want to follow. You want to make sure that you're being healthy and you're being safe. But I want these to just be things that you are, okay, we learned that. Okay, we learned the press. We learned the curls. We learned the combination circuit as we did in our last episode. And I'll do that again here before we go. But I want you to begin incorporating these and not seeing them as major new things, but they are things that you could add into the circuit. So our goal ultimately is the things that we're learning, that we're incorporating them into our daily life. They are just common things that we're going to be doing. Just like I brush my teeth, I walk. Just like I brush my teeth, I also do some body training, body shaping, strength training. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's grab some weights. Okay. All right. And so I've got these out to the side. All right. And I'm going to lift. I'm going to do 8 of these as well. 1, 2. And one of the things you can do to intensify is squeeze at the top when you get there. That's going to be 3. And squeeze, and 4. And squeeze, and 5. And squeeze, and 6. And squeeze, and 7. And squeeze, and 8. Okay, so for these, as I go, I want you to notice that I'm taking this all the way up and I bring it all the way down. I'm allowing my muscles to do the work for me. I'm not just letting it fall, because tension again, controlled tension is where we get the growth. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's do our second set. And ready? And 1. I guess I should count 1 when I get back to the bottom, right? And, well, no, I'll just do 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. Okay. All right. Let's get those back. All right. So let's go ahead and we've been working on the upper extremity. Let's go ahead and let's do some more lower extremity. One of the things that we learned, which we have not done tonight, is the seated leg raises, right? Or knee extension. And so basically what we're doing is we're sitting back, right? And we're lifting that leg as much as possible. And we've been doing, holding it we did the 3, then we did 5. So tonight, let's go ahead and let's do, or in this episode, let's go ahead and let's do 5. All right, we're gonna hold for 5 seconds. We're gonna do 8 of these, alternating. So total of 16, but 8 on each side. So let's go ahead and get started. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. All right. So with those that we just did, you can also add ankle weights, right? So once again, always looking to say, how can we modify? How can we improve? So now let's go inside. Let's go inward, because mindset is the way that we look at things. What we see, what we believe, we create. And so the mindset focus for tonight, for this episode, is you are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you think. So often we underestimate our body's ability, like you saw me go from one set of weights up to the next set. And so our goal is going to be to always improve on our growth. The goal is going to be always get better. And so you see us move as we transition from one set of weights to the next, as we get higher and heavier weights. But sometimes when we see that, we'll think, hey, I can't do that. Hey, I'm not strong enough. Hey, that's not going to work. Or hey, I can't do that many. Or we feel some burning right in our legs or burning in our muscles, and we think, oh yeah, we can't do that. Now we want you to always be safe. Remember, you are stronger. You are stronger than you think. In fact, this doesn't just go for what we do here, right? Because it's a mindset. And you are stronger out there than you think you are. You're stronger in your job. You're stronger in your relationship. You're stronger in your finances. You're stronger in your health. You are stronger than you think you are. And all it takes is the belief. Remember, self-efficacy, as we learned in our last series, self-efficacy says that I believe that by making choices, that my choices and my behavior and my consistency can make a change. And that comes not because I wish it, not because I imagine it. It comes, why? Because I have data. I have proof. And now you have proof. If you were with us in the 100-day walk to consistency and you completed that, and you were with us with the Bridge to Mastery mini-series that we did, and then you're here now on day 8 of this series. Each of those points is a data point that you can now take and put into your I Can journal. You can put that into your drawer. You can put that into your regular journal. You can hand that over to your inner coach, because the inner coach now has evidence to support what you say. When you say, hey, I can do that. Hey, I've done that. You can look back and say, okay, there it is, right? So when I'm looking at the things I'm doing here, I can look back at the weights. I can look back at my journal that we've been recording and say, okay, look, that on day 1 I did that. Day 2 I did that. Day 3 I did that. Day 4 I did that. I think I mentioned in our last episode that there is a gentleman that says he does 400 push-ups a day. Plus he does, I'm not even sure how many pull-ups he says he does, but does 400 push-ups. And so he records those. And so he can look back and he can say, okay, yeah, this is what I've been doing. This is how it's been working. And so for you as well, you want to be able to do that, okay? So our strength, our strategy, and our mindset. Now I want you to, let me go ahead and grab this. I want you to realize something interesting is that you are here day number 8. This is the second week. You've just started week number 2. Week number 1, right? We talked about our core. We talked about balance. We talked about the first rep. All of that is great, and all of that is the basis. But here you are on day number 8. You showed up, and that is a win. And you just need now not to be perfect. You don't need to be lifting 500 pounds today. But what you got to do is you got to keep showing up. You got to keep putting it in. You got to keep having the intention that I can do this and I can be better by the choices that I make, by the decisions I make, by the consistency that I have. I am doing a better job. And remember, Limitless Living says that I'm doing everything I can to get to my success. I'm not allowing anything from outside, any situation, and I'm not allowing anything from inside, any fear, any doubt to hinder me. I'm breaking free from those obstacles. I am overcoming those self-imposed or societal imposed boundaries, and I'm heading to the next level. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and life, avoid complications, and go to the next level with creating the life we've always wanted. This is Strength, Strategy, and Mindset. We'll see you tomorrow for day number 9.